What up? Big thanks to my man Mike Craft. Man, come through. Y'all see the motor? That's the one we gonna probably just toss. But look what he did for us, man, for the OBS. Look what he did for us for the OBS. Man, I appreciate my peoples. He's also a subscriber. We'll be looking at what he's got. He's got a that's the transmission actually. It's the now I'm not for sure. I hope it's gonna work, but it's a 95 Impala 4L60E, and we're gonna bolt that dude to that. That come from my cousin John. Y'all go check that video out, and then we're gonna be doing some videos with the SN95 Turbo LS swap. That my man right here got that hooked us up with the motor. So y'all be on the lookout. Y'all be on the lookout, man. Y'all be definitely be on the lookout for those two. At least the SN95. Be on the lookout for that. Man, hope everybody's having a blessed and wonderful one. Man, things is looking up. Oh man, swaps ain't been. A lot of what y'all seeing, man, is old footage, man. I've been down, man. I hope I didn't get the bug again. And it wasn't a bug. I just was feeling bad. You know what I mean? And it had me down for quite a couple days. Then some other stuff jumping too. So, hey, again, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe for me if y'all don't mind. But I'm going to bring y'all something great. This is so uncommon that I can't even put two to two together like that. It's so uncommon, man. Cause y'all know Shorty comes, helps me out, man, and Shorty got she's with it. You know what I mean? Big up to Shorty, cause check this out. We don't even have to pull Shorty's motor, man. We get apart. Shorty gets to keep her motor, y'all. So big shout out to Mike for that, cause Shorty don't have to lose her motor. Even though, we had something stashed in the back for her. It wasn't where she's gonna be, totally out of a motor. Nah, man. But she's already put the cam in. She's putting the work in on her engine. So I feel like it's only right that we go ahead and put that engine together. It wasn't right for me to try to pawn her engine off for something else. You know what I mean? For the OBS. So I'm with it. Y'all just stay tuned. Don't don't assume that you can judge a book by its cover sometimes, man, because you can't. You cannot, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. We're gonna get on this OBS. This footage may be dark, man, because I'm trying to knock this out. I'm trying to get y'all situated. See, I got y'all by the flashlight. The flashlight light. We out here getting it in the driveway, man. In the driveway. Can't be everywhere at the same time. Now we need to hit it with some more paint, wire wheel, and doom. In there, boy. Clean it up, make it nice and pretty. Coming down, going down. OBS, LS swap, driveway edition. All right, y'all, we back at it on the C10 OBS LS swap 5.3. We got the motor sitting in there, got a little paint on it, got a little paint on the fender wells. This is a basic swap, you know what I mean? We're trying to clean it up a little bit. I'm using some paint I ain't never used before. I'm gonna try it, see what it do, man. I think it's gonna work. I got paint everywhere. I like black because it does what it do. We'll let it set. We'll come back here with another paint, another coat, and then roll out with it, man. I gotta find a transmission spacer. I didn't realize that, man. I don't know why I need a transmission spacer for an actual 4L60 that came. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta get that spacer. I got one somewhere. I thought I had it. Um, and then we'll be ready to drop the intake on, plumb the fuel lines, put the fuel pump in, and put some power to it. Let's see what happens, y'all. We'll see what happens. Y'all keep rocking with me. Keep following the build, man. OBS 5.3 swap. Simple Simon. We ain't trying to go all out with this. Simple Simon. This is what I was told. You know, my man said, just want something simple. We're going to be, just drive around, you know. So we still want to be able to pop the hood and say, hey, this is what we got under the hood. So let me hit this. Let me let this paint set up dry a little bit. Then I'm going to go get the intake. And there's some other things. We'll jump back at it. All right, y'all. We got to pull the motor back out. I'm going to show you why. We have a 5.3 flex plate on there, right? With this particular 4L60, we have to use, now I could be telling y'all wrong, the flex plate with the spacer. This is a 6/0 flex plate with the spacer. This is a 5.3. So I don't know. I may be able to take this spacer, put it behind the 5.3, make everything mount up. But the problem we're having right now is there's no way that that transmission is gonna, the converter is gonna mount up to that flex plate. I knew that whenever I put it together, and I told myself I was gonna pull it back out. I want to test fit. I want to see how it's gonna set in there. Plus, again, my motor mounts. I got some aftermarket motor mounts. I'm not happy with them. I'm gonna flip them, see what happens, and if that works, we're gonna ride with the motor mounts that way. But if it don't work that way, the motor mounts don't work that way, we're going to go back with some mounts, the original V8 mounts. So like right now, I'm gonna flip these mounts over, and I want to test fit the mounts. I want to see. Well, I was going to. I know I didn't. I just hand tight the bolt on it. Went with these. Don't look like they're gonna work. But hold tight. I can make them work. I can make them work. Drill some new holes, all that stuff. Part for this swap for these is this here. Duralast 261 part number. These are the right motor mounts for this swap. As long as the mounts that we got to go to the motor, the bolts to the motor, will work. A little tight, but I think we can make it happen. So we're gonna go with these mounts, because if you look at this is the issue I'm having. See how far the holes are apart? See how far these holes are apart? These kind of remind me of the style we use on Chevelle A-body stuff. It's kind of remind me of A-body stuff, and the hole patterns don't match nowhere. So none of the hole patterns match anywhere. From the one bolt to the top to the two bolts on the bottom. So be aware on some of these mounts that you get. They ain't gonna work. Like I said, I've never used it before. I know these will work. Several videos out on how to do a transition from V6 to V8 LS swap or 5.7 swap, however you want to look at it. Cool Cars by KJ, man. I tagged him in a lot of my videos when I'm doing this swap. But Cool Cars by KJ, man, big shout out to him. He's got a how-to very extensive how-to on swapping these over from V6 to V8. These are what we're going to use. Motor's got to come out. So we're going to pull the engine back out. Hopefully this flex plate thing's going to work for us. I'm not sure on that. You know, but again, I was test fitting the motor anyway with them other engine mounts, motor mounts. And everything went as planned, which was cool. Back out, separate the transmission from the engine, and either put that spacer in there for the 5.3, or put the flex plate from the 6.0. In the dark once again, y'all. Let's see. What I was wanting to do is unlock this door. Just tell you about this flywheel. I ended up going with the 6.0 flat flywheel instead of the dish flywheel for the 5.3 swap for the OBS. And what I'm gonna show y'all is what had to happen. All right, man. I don't know what's up with that light. Oh. All right. You see the 3 hole or 6 holes on a flat disc because of a converter. It's got 6 converter bolts on an 80E. Well, being a 4L60 needs 3. I went ahead. You see where the holes were. Uh-oh, I'm blinding y'all. See that? See where they were? Went ahead and had the holes slotted. Opted to have them slotted for it to work with that other converter, because the holes are closer toward the center on that style 4L60. That was the hold up. I could have done it with a die grinder, which I do have one, but I didn't have no access to a compressor at the time, so I'd have it milled out. Got that taken care of. Now I need to slap it in along with the transmission. The motor is in. Like I said, everything had to come out, man, and this weather ain't cooperating for me. My getting sick didn't cooperate, but I did get the motor mounts in. So that's where we at, man. We're not being held up by anything other than, I guess, the weather at the moment. I'm gonna pop the hood. Got some lights here. The motor's laying back pretty far because there's no transmission bolted to it right at the moment. Putting a little stress on the motor mounts. Laid back a little bit, painted up, and I feel like, you know, it's a go. It's a go now. I had to hit that with some paint, a little more paint, but it's a go. This power steering pump is a go. Put the factory pulley on it. We good. We rocking and we're rolling with that. Top hose, I have one. Cut the manifold down there if you see it. Cut the factory manifold, and possibly I can get just a factory crossover plate for a from the factory setup and tie it into there. You know what I'm saying? Tie it right into that, which would be the easiest setup for me. Tie it right into the existing exhaust. Like I said, I do have the slider mounts with the V8 mounts for the 5.3 slash V8, you know, 5.7, 305, whichever. My truck already had V8 mounts in it, so I didn't have to do any of this switching from V6 to V8. I just dropped the motor in with some slider mounts or mounts, and we was good. We was good. So, and the same thing on the other one I did. You know, it was already V8. Then I had another one I did. The motor was already in. I just wired it up and got it running. And so that's all we like here. Fuel line. Tie the fuel line into the intake. I believe that most of my gauges should work. You know, my oil pressure gauge, temp gauge, all those things should work with the existing setup here. Temp gauge being on the dash, speedo being on the dash, charging on the dash, all that should work. And I hope that some of this just ain't dummy like stuff. I hope, you know, some of it's actually a gauge. So we got a temp gauge, we got oil pressure, and then we've got a tank, and we've got voltage. So all that should work when we get done with this pup, which is good. So as you can see, it's raining. It's the driveway edition. And as of, you know, where I'm at and where this is, I don't have any access to indoor operation at the moment. And I'm working on, you know, the Monte Carlo in the background. You know, I'm trying to get y'all the footage for him. Get him, you know, moving and grooving. So I want to drop that footage all together. You know, might be just like a movie or a long. It'll be a long video. We'll put it that way. But we're gonna bring you that footage. So that's what we got going on with the OBS. So, and I know this is not the best, you know, to leave the motor setting like that. I need to put something under it, and I will. It will be called a transmission, cross member, drive shaft, intake, fuel line, and wiring harness, exhaust, and turn it over. That's what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna do. And we're not far along. I mean, it looks like it, you know. But if I can just get a good non-day where everything ain't freezing cold, and a day that I'm not sick, and we should be able to handle it and, you know, knock this pup out, no problem. Because like I said, it's a simple 5.3 swap. You know, with the 4L60 from the 95 Impala, drop that dude in, put the drive shaft in, tie the fuel lines in, and we rocking and rolling because it has a return and a feed. So we're gonna keep using those same things. We're not gonna go with the Corvette fuel filter regulator because it's already, you know, all that's already set up for fuel injection, which is good. So I'll definitely be getting back with y'all on this. This video might be part of the video where we're buttoning things up. I don't know. But sure enough, you know, I don't let the weather get bad on me. And ain't much you can do, man. Driveway edition. And, you know, situation I'm in, I have to be, you know, that's where I had to be right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the shop is a good little ways from me right now, and I'm working, you know, my work schedule, and it's just a whole bunch of crashing everything at the same time. Just ain't playing right. But no excuses. Gotta get it done. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for the Monte Carlo, but to drop. Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I know that the owner is too. So be excited for that. And y'all just keep rocking with me, man. Appreciate y'all watching. And we back with the driveway edition. Yeah, let's swap. Driveway edition. Anyway, this is what I want to show y'all. Sorry, it's dark. But if you look and see where the holes are slotted on the flywheel, all right, I'm gonna spin it where the holes ain't slotted. Tilt. And you can't see the hole over. You see? You gotta, where we at? Oh, there you go. You don't see the hole. See it? And it's all the way around like that. Same. So that's why I slotted the 3 holes. Let me go back. I may have slotted just a little hair too long, but see? It's gonna work. It's gonna work as it should. So I wanted to show y'all that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put the flywheel on the motor, transmission on the motor, and the motor back in the vehicle. So, because we once again pulled it back out. So y'all see? Look at y'all. There we go. Pulled it back out. While it's out, I need to cut that converter and cross member out. Because I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Because we may be able to just tie right into that and tie right into that. There's a possibility. You never know. Yeah. So got a little black paint on just about everything. So I didn't touch the firewall. But we're gonna get back to, like I said, we're gonna put the flywheel on the engine, put the transmission on the engine, drop everything right back in there. You know what I mean? Like we're supposed to. I'm gonna throw a little paint on the transmission so it'll match the engine. And we're rocking and rolling. Alright, y'all. Look at that. Dripping, wet, soaked. I feel like I gotta get that engine and transmission in. It's done come up a dang monsoon. It's so dark I gotta use a flashlight. But guess what? We in there, baby. Transmission is bolted to the engine, to the cross member. Motor mount bolts are in. You gotta tighten them up. So I think we gotta push the motor back as far. It's back as far as it'll go now, ain't it? I had to go back another ½ inch or so, but we definitely have to do that. We gotta bring it back so to match that converter. I mean, match the drive shaft. But we in there.